I have a series of videos that I'm doing exposing Alex Jones for covering up for the Council for National Policy. And believe me, there is an abundance of evidence. An abundance. And the title of the video series right now is Real Proof Alex Jones is COINTEL. Real Proof Alex Jones is COINTEL. You got part 1, we got part 2. I'm currently working on part 3, which if some of you guys were listening to Live Free or Die with Lee Rogers last night, I was working on my video part 3, which is including the call that you all just heard. And I heard Lee, I was also listening to Live Free or Die, and I heard Lee brought that up, so I figured I'd call in and play the audio, and that went very well. So that's exactly where that is. As far as what you heard last night and what you heard today, the reason if you guys heard the show on Live Free or Die on Oracle last night, it was a different clip, had some analysis and breakdown in there, and that's what's going to be in part 3. What you heard on Live Free or Die with Lee Rogers last night, that was about I want to say maybe about 50%. It was about 5 minutes long, 4 or 5 minutes, and that's probably about half done. And hopefully I'll be done with the other half of that clip either by the end of tonight or if not tonight, tomorrow for sure. So hopefully I'll have part 3 of that series, Real Proof Alex Jones is COINTEL. Part 3 will be up hopefully at the very latest sometime tomorrow, and that is going up to youtube.com/Derek in the Midwest. You guys can all go check that out. Slim's telling me that I apparently scared some people away. I don't know if he's talking about like people in the chat or listeners in general. People don't like it when I talk about Alex Jones. Dude, quite seriously, F Alex Jones. If people don't like me talking about Alex Jones, then they can find another show to listen to. It's not like I only talk about Jones, but this is the deal. Let me explain to everybody listening right now why it's important that we address issues like Alex Jones. All right? This is just based on logic, pure logic. Alex Jones and InfoWars is, believe it or not, a multi-million-dollar operation. Yes, it absolutely is. Now, they sink how much money into this guy? He's clearly guilty of being a counterintelligence gatekeeper beyond a shadow of a doubt. That being the case, you look at the amount of money that these people are sinking into Alex Jones' operation at InfoWars, not to mention the other websites he has up and all the films he makes. I mean, think about the amount of money that takes to keep running as a business. Now, they're sinking that kind of cash into this guy to make him the leader of this quote-unquote the tip of the spear of the Patriot movement. If they're putting that much time and that much effort into Alex Jones, then you can damn sure bet that he is an important player in the game. If you're sitting there right now thinking, oh, well, even if Alex is dirty, it doesn't matter. Who cares? Just move on. Listen to somebody else. Dude, listen. This is the problem. Alex Jones has a listener base of at least what Rush Limbaugh has, probably more, believe it or not, with internet streams. Oh yes, Alex Jones is seriously one of the biggest voices in radio, believe it or not. He legitimately, absolutely is. Look at what Alex Jones did on Y2K, please, and understand that these people that run the planet beta test everything they do, man. They run dry runs over and over again until they get it right, and they make sure they do tests so everything is as they want it. Now, I firmly believe that what Alex Jones pulled on Y2K was merely a beta test for what Alex Jones is going to pull in the future, either for 2012 or sometime in the not too distant future, either before or after that. But regardless, I really do believe what Jones did on Y2K was a beta test, and he was clearly and obviously whipping up as much fear as he could possibly dish out. That's absolute beyond a shadow of a doubt. That being the case, I mean, think about it, guys. Think about it. Why is it important to expose these false patriots? Well, because they can literally, and somebody like Alex Jones literally will in the future, make thousands of people pack their crap and run for the hills. He's done it before, he will do it again. And another reason why it's so important is because you need to realize the tactics that they use when they conduct these operations. Alex Jones is very good at what he does because he puts out so much truth, and when people act irrationally, when somebody puts out that much truth, especially when these facts are legitimately that frustrating and aggravating to deal with on a daily basis, people let you slide. Oh, that's just Alex being Alex. Look at all the truth he puts out. And, oh, it's totally understandable and reasonable to be angry, but it's how you conduct yourself in your anger that makes a difference. And when you're Alex Jones and you're throwing stuff around and screaming like a gorilla all the time, just like quite seriously, Alex, what are you thinking? The fact that he painted his face like the Joker and walked around making the Joker voice, talking to policemen, handing out Obama Joker flyers, expecting to be taken seriously. Nothing could have made truthers look worse. You're a douchebag, Jones. I mean, what he pulled with Catherine Bleich at the Texas gun rally. How about that? We could go over that too. In that incident, Catherine Bleich was asking Alex Jones legitimate questions about why Alex Jones was being rude and disrespectful to the people who organized the Texas gun rally, and they even tried to bring Alex Jones up to speak when they were in the middle of conducting the rally, and Alex Jones, with his disgusting ass, comes lumbering in from the side of the frame with his own bullhorn, unscheduled and unannounced. "The New World Order will fall, blah, I'm Alex Jones. I eat too many fattening products. Blah." Like seriously, it was rude. It was disrespectful. It seemed like he was trying to stir up anger and violence. People are on video at the rally saying those things. I mean, this isn't me making stuff up. This is all on video, people. I highly suggest you go through Google Video and YouTube, and I mean seriously, just Google Video or YouTube. Alex Jones. Alex Jones lies, or proof Alex Jones disinfo. I mean, it doesn't take a lot of searching to find these videos. And granted, some of them aren't as strong a proof as others. There's plenty of retardedly strong proof out there. I mean, look at the guests that he has on his show that come from the Council for National Policy and the Knights of Malta. Look at those people and how he doesn't give them real interviews. He gives them softball questions and doesn't try to, ask what somebody like me and hopefully people like you, the listeners, would consider real questions. It just doesn't happen with this guy. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. All I know is that there is enough proof, real proof, not just like, crap talk, smack talk, whatever. Not just that, real proof that Alex Jones is absolutely an agent shill. And if you don't believe me now, keep looking, because you will find it, and you will eventually, I promise you. If you have an open enough mind to get past the need for a personal hero, you will ultimately come to the conclusion that Alex Jones is, by all means, a disinfo artist and a gatekeeper. I firmly believe that, and I mean, I've been doing this for some years now. Everybody I've talked to who has gotten to a certain point in their research, and usually it doesn't take people more than a couple years unless for some reason InfoWars and GCN and RBN are the only places you're getting your information. And if you're stuck on GCN and RBN, then you need to move on. Seriously. You need to move on to other things and other information, and you need to start looking at just various different sources. I mean, instead of going to people like Alex Jones or people like John Stadmiller at RBN, instead of going to Joke Blood, instead of going to those douchebags, go to somebody who's a underground, small time. I mean, look at these people and look at their operations. Clearly, they're being supported by decent amounts of money, and I'm not saying that just because you're making money that you're necessarily dirty, but I can tell you for a fact that there is not a lot of money in truth radio. There's just not. So, I mean, there are plenty of things that don't add up. And if you're not there on Alex Jones already, I seriously encourage you, please, go to Google and YouTube, do the research, look at Alex's connections, look at how he treats certain guests when they ask him certain things. Look at how he reacted when he had to get into the issue with Phyllis Schlafly and the Council for National Policy. When he was asking her those questions, he didn't even want to ask her those questions. He was basically finally forced into a position where he couldn't get away with not asking those questions because that would make him look way worse. As bad as he looked asking the questions and being uncomfortable and then basically kissing her ass afterwards, it would have looked way worse for Jones if he didn't ask her about it at all after I had brought it up. So, I mean, Alex Jones, anytime you see him address the Council for National Policy, anytime you see him address the Vatican or Zionism, I promise you, it's 10 minutes of damage control. It's all it is. Or maybe if you're lucky, he'll get a guest on for half an hour, and he'll whitewash some issue and not get into it too deeply. Ooh, and then he points his fat finger back at that one instance and says, I have always exposed the Jesuits. No, Jones, you have always exposed yourself by not exposing the Jesuits. Judge him by his fruits. Come on, Derek. Derek, come on. It's Alex Jones. He's the tip of the spear. He puts out so much truth. What have you done? What truth have you put out? Well, I've put out plenty of truth about Alex Jones there, Dippy. I don't know, man. Alex Jones, he puts out a lot of truth, but a lot of people put out a lot of truth. It doesn't mean that they're genuine. The best way to get one over on somebody in the realm and scope of the research community is to spit out 95% truth and 5% lies. And then there's a whole bunch of other stuff that's not even included because it's stuff that was just not talked about. And that's where the real key is. The real key is not even in Alex Jones what he says is a lie. The key is in Alex Jones what he doesn't say. Because oftentimes what you don't say is the equivalent of a lie. You can lie by omission. If you've never heard of that, I suggest you ask somebody. Yes, it's called lying by omission. What that means is you specifically withhold information that's damning in nature for some sort of benefit. And that's exactly what Alex does with the information relating to the Council for National Policy. Because Alex is in bed with these people. And I don't know, and I don't want to know what he does when he's in the bed with these people, but that's where he is. Alright. I think thus far I've spent enough time on Alex Jones this show. So, what I'm going to do now is we are going to get into another track, and then I'm going to come back and we'll go through a little bit more news, and that'll bring us right up until 9 o'clock. So what I'm going to do right now is throw on a track by an artist called Macklemore. The track is Soldiers. Hope you all enjoy it. I'll be back in about 4.5 minutes.
This is for my soldiers. Not my soldiers who chose to be soldiers, but the soldiers that were forced to be soldiers. Now what's the trouble? You scared of being a human? If truth is a tool, I double dare you to use it. Hit the booth and I'm well aware of what I'm doing. If I confuse you with the humor, I'm preparing them for the movement. I've been alive before, and every person's got a purpose. Most don't observe it or know what they're striving towards. Only you can light the torch, cause you won't survive the war if you don't know what the fuck it is you are fighting for. Most of us won't open up and trust the inner source, combined with being tempted to just accept it, but don't twist the message. If you must, then get my support. Sometimes you gotta put off the T's and get on some left, right, left shit. I work with 80 soldiers who live behind locked doors, forced into a war, an entrance with no exit. before they could grow up. The system takes these soldiers, arming them with cracking guns, in essence, defenseless. Yep, my man rapping, charismatic and handsome. In his own words, 21st century panther. 13 years old, gets into a fight, decided to steal the kid's bike. Cops come and he ends up in handcuffs. 2 months in